Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back ready for more LCR Formula 2. This time around we're here at Circuit Paul Ricard for round 4 of the season, and for some reason we've now got a full out lobby ready for this one. It's a lot of much more competitive, you know, sort of league races that race sort of 2-3 times a week and put a lot more practice in than I do, so the point streak that ended in Portimao last time is very, very unlikely to come back this weekend. But fingers crossed we can keep it clean and tidy nonetheless. You know, maybe we can try and scrape a couple of points out of it from somewhere. Of course, back in our MP Motorsport car, though, let's just see what we can do on our qualifying run, first of all. Already tipped the rear in just a bit too much through turn 1. And now we've got to try and regroup and collect it all together. Yeah, really no idea what to expect now from this evening's racing. If you missed out last week's, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. Obviously, yeah, Portimao had a couple of really good fun, interesting races there. Not the best results in the world, but yeah, fingers crossed this weekend, you know, we can just sort of survive, I think is going to be the key with 21 Formula 2 cars here, and of course, the extra spectator slot as well there. Yeah, I think the first and quite possibly the only time I'll see a full lobby here on F1 at 2021, but you never know down the line. But so far this lap hasn't been perfect, but hasn't invalidated either, and I think that's going to be the key tonight. You know, Paul Ricard isn't the worst track for track limits. It's better in a Formula 1 car than F2. Yeah, I think here tonight it's just about trying to keep it clean and avoid making any sort of mistakes there. Taking a lot of inside curb through turn 10, but again, the nose nicely pointed in at the moment. A little bit wide there, really cost us on the exit there. No commitment or confidence on the exit of turn 12, I want to say that was, but a couple more corners to go of the lap. Just got to try and keep it clean and tidy as we head through the long final left-hander of the lap. Keep it over on the left-hand side, second gear through the final corner, avoid the inside curb. No idea why I'm in third gear through there. Activate the DRS though, massive run back down towards the start-finish line, and it's not going to be a great lap. It's going to be a 42.7. So that's second off my PB there. No idea where we've ended up on the grid, but quite a few cars are disqualified, so we're not going to be right at the back. P14, by the looks of it, is not quite what I would have wanted, but you can see, yeah, only, what, 1.5 off pole position there, so not too far away, you know, sort of from the pace. And again, that qualifying lap had quite a few errors on it, so no idea what this guy's doing. But there we go, that's qualifying done and dusted then. Let's dive in to the race. Well, heading into the final couple of corners then of our formation lap. Fingers crossed we can try and make some progress off the start here. Looks like everyone around us is starting on the hard tyres, with the exception of NRX Critch. So yeah, we need to try and gain some places on lap 1. I really don't know what the game plan should be today, whether we just go aggressive off the start or we just try and do what we've done all season so far and just not take any risks, keep it clean and tidy, and see if we can try and gain some places. Normally lap 1 I tend to go backwards in league racing just because I've got such a cautious approach, but fingers crossed today, if we can get a good hookup on the launch, maybe we can move forward early on in this race. But this is probably the most nervous I've been for a league race so far on F1 2021, just due to the sheer nature of how many people are on the grid here. But yeah, let's get in then here to LCR F2, round 4 of the year here from Paul Ricard. And that's been not the best start in the world, but not the worst either, as we head down in towards turn 1. Slightly better start than Rev Caterpillar on our inside. Trying to just find some space. Oh, big send coming in from someone there. Oh, that spinner! A horrible rejoin by someone. I think we've got away with it with no damage somehow. How on earth have we avoided damage there? That was, yeah, the messiest start I think I've had so far in F1 2021. We got a Prema on the inside. Someone's already retired, so we'll try and give him a bit of room on the exit. But yeah, how on earth we survived that sort of contact there, as we've got someone still on the outside. We're going to have to squeeze them out. Try and launch ourselves out into the back straightaway, but carnage at the start here in Circuit Paul Ricard. No idea who rejoined the track in such appalling fashion through turn 2, but Rev Caterpillar still just in front of us. Let's see if we can try and get a switch back on him and Dark Killer. That's going to be a really stupid warning on this opening lap. Can we get the run up the back straightaway? I don't think we can. Why on earth are they all just concertinaing up there? It should be completely full throttle. Why is he braking so early there? Very, very strange. No idea why he's lacking that much confidence, but we get up the inside. No, he's on harder tyres, but that shouldn't make that much of a difference. But yeah, I mean, we're up into 10th then by the end of lap 1 by the looks of it, unless I do something stupid, which I guess is good. Of course, really we want to try and aim for a top 8 for reverse grid pole. There's all someone in front there, LS Carbon. It's a massive kick of oversteer through the penultimate corner. Does well to hold on to that one as we try and put the power down out of the final turn, but it is WOR Alfie who leads the way at the end of the first lap. Yeah, we're up to P10 though. Yeah, it's been a pretty good little start for us. But again, we just got to try and keep it... Oh, that's not what we want to do. Just got to try and keep it clean and tidy in these opening laps. Slowly build up the momentum, sort of work out how far we can go on the tyres as well. How far it's worth doing on this set of rubber. It's Carbon and Bourbon just getting a little bit close for comfort there, just up in front. Yeah, this should be where we really gain on the likes of Dark Killer there. You can see both squirming around. Someone else has got issues. No idea what's happened there. Oh, it's Alfie! So he's balled it from the lead then in this race. We get past one Prema. Can we look past the other into the braking zone? Gonna have a look at the inside. No, he goes much, much later on the brakes, so we'll try and get the switch back on him. Really get all over the back of his diffuser on the exit of the chicane there, and the Mistral straight in towards the next corner. We're going to have a look to the inside. Bit of a lift on the way in, giving the room on the exit. Very, very close. But he's going to run way too deep into the corner, and we will have that. Thank you very much. So past both Premas then in half a lap. Exactly what we need. And yeah, I'm into 8th then by the end of lap 2. Carbon and Bourbon just in front of us as well. Yeah, just got to be really, really careful on these tyres. Don't allow Alfie to get any sort of opportunity to send it. Oh, as we get big hit a wheel spin out the final corner. Ben sets new fast lap of the race as he tries to chase down Connor. We set a 45.2. But we have got the DRS off the guys in front, which is super important early on here. I only need to downshift into 4th through that first chicane. I've got to remember that. 3rd gear just scrubs off way too much speed. And luckily we're starting to just inch away from the guys behind on their harder tyres. It's really nice and tidy through there. Make sure we get as close to these guys as we can. It's just that corner. You've really got to try and get it over the inside curbing. Because that was a horrible, horrible run out onto the back straight. Still able to get the power down rather nicely, so are we going to see Carbon now go for a move on Bourbon? And so sort of weaving around, and fingers crossed we can gain because of this. Oh, really broke far too late there. We hung on to it. Yeah, lost a bit of time there, and that's going to compromise our exit as well. Just got a bit too overconfident on the brakes there. Tried to brake at the normal point. Is now Carbon's going to have a look at the inside. Just sitting back, trying to gain time on the power of there, and it looks like Carbon's been able to pull off the move. Bourbon into the back of him, though. Should have got away with no damage from that one. It looked like very, very minor contact. But yeah, we are definitely a lot quicker than these guys at the moment, still on these softs. And maybe we can try and look past Bourbon sooner rather than later here. See how much extra grip we've got through the final couple of turns. Don't really want to just go for a desperate sort of send on him. There's Ben, yeah, 44-1, so no idea if they're on the softs or the hards. I'm hoping they're on the softs as well, as we do a 44-3. But wouldn't be surprised if they were on the hards, as that was way too deep into turn 1. Almost accidentally had a look at the inside through turn 2. Just got to try and get a run on the exit of this little complex. Bourbon really using a lot of curve though, and it's worked for him nicely. Oh, big snap of oversteer. We get the power down. Don't get a warning. A lot of steering up on the exit as everyone's just slowly grouping back up again. Big, big gaggle of cars though, just a little bit further back. Don't get a warning there. It's just so difficult. Really got to try and just get on the white lines as Carbon again gets caught over the curbing. Big snap of oversteer here. He'll have to duck back into the slipstream of Aiden in front of him.
Cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
More yellow flags. No idea what's happened there. So Dark Killer's already got a penalty behind us. Alfie running very, very wide. Everyone's trying to look for a move. Don't really want to use that curbing if we can. Oh, Bourbon gets a little bit squeezed out. We'll try and sneak at the inside. Let's try and go for the move there. Was worried what those two were going to do to each other on the outside. But we'll get past Aiden. And looks like he's lost about 3 places in one go there.
We want to pit this lap, so push now.
Just run into the side of me. Down towards turn 1. Thought he'd probably back out on the outside on harder tyres, but apparently not. Do we box the end of this one then, or do we try and go 1 lap further in this race? Don't know if Connor's just pit or not. I think he was one of the ones that pit. These tyres aren't feeling bad yet though, by any stretch. It's Bourbon now again, trying to look past Carbon down the back straight. Is he going to go to the outside? Yes, he is. Are we going to be able to gain on this? Way too late on the brakes, though, from Bourbon. I think he's going to try and negate any advantage, but is that going to be a penalty for him? No, it's not. Somehow gets away with that. And he's actually rejoined beautifully there. We're going to try and look around the outside. And we will make the move work. Just.
Nice move.
Around the outside at the end of the back straight. That's what you love to see. So from 13th to 4th early on. Do we pit the end of this one though, or do we try and just extend the stint 1 lap longer? We're not sure what these tyres are. They're in the low 50s. I think we try and go 1 lap longer. Yeah, we'll go 1 more. Leopard's done the same. How is Leopard ahead of us? It's very disqualified in his qualifying lap. So we are going to be into P2 then, albeit briefly, in this race. Leopard's got a 3-second time penalty, so I'm guessing he might have had some instant down in turn 1 on lap 1, and of course just gained all those places from that. But yeah, really not sure. Just now, yeah, we got to try and lose as little time to these guys behind us on this lap. Don't really want to battle too hard. Again, obviously we're going to be battling all these guys towards the end of the race. No warnings, thank you. Oh, come on, big hit, understeer. And then oversteer as well on the exit. Did we get a decent run? Not sure we did. Is Bourbon going to get close enough, though? He is gaining, but I don't think... Is it going to be good enough? It's looking like he's gaining rather rapidly here. But not quite close enough to go for anything. So we get a nice run on the exit of the corner as well. Fingers crossed we're safe for now. Again, though, they're gaining so quickly in towards turn 10. So now the tyre warning lights just come on. It's got to be sensible into the pit lane, of course. 37. Always will remember that. I don't think we've slowed up these guys too much this lap. There we go, managed to get it slowed down nicely into the pit lane, not losing ourselves too much time there, but yeah, where are we going to re-emerge then in this race? Of course, going to really struggle towards the end, obviously, to try to defend from these guys on the harder tyres there. Are we going to hold up Leopard just a little bit? I don't think we are. Just going to be a little bit too far back. Come on, nice clean tidy stop though, that's what we need.
Go now.
5.7. Got held a little bit on the exit there. Was that Humperdinck with a 10-second penalty?
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
No idea why I short shift that much on the exit, but we're going to be back down in 19th here. It's only Rossi behind us, and he's a good 40 seconds back. But of course, yeah, most cars have still got a pit between now and the end, so we are still battling. And of course, we're going to be a lot quicker over these next few laps as well. Yeah, fresh hards. Obviously, hopefully, the second half of this race isn't going to be as bad for us as well, relative to all these guys around us, unless, of course, the hard tyres just don't really fade. And that's going to be the key. All those battles, you can see that huge train of cars up the road. It's about how much time they lose each other. Could really springboard us towards the front. And, of course, not picking up any more warnings either. I think we've only had the one still so far, which is good. Yeah, don't want to get a penalty here, because that could be make or break. Just got to try and hit some laps now. Try and just roll up to the back of Carbon, but not cost each other any time. Fred 3 seconds up the road as well, so he should be a good benchmark of the sort of pace we should be hitting. Trying to avoid the wheel spin on the final corner, and it hasn't worked for us. Franek then has gone one lap longer on those soft tyres, and he's going to be way, way back in this race. Already 6 seconds worth of pens for him. Oh, come on. No. Do not need that at this stage of the day. Such a silly mistake to make. Come on, we've got to keep hitting our marks. Luckily no warnings from it, but definitely didn't do the tyres any good. Throw away a good second. So I'm intrigued to see when the hard runners dive in. Are they going to start now, or is they going to all go one lap extra here? 16 seconds worth of penalties for Luke. No idea how he's managed that. Yeah, Luke is just hemorrhaging time at the moment. Also, we have got a couple of them into the pits then. Let's see who that is. One of the Pramers, which is good for us. No, it's Connor. Why is Connor in again? Has he picked up damage? Or did he not pit? No, he must have pit. No idea what's happened to Connor then in this race. Unless we were ahead of him when we didn't realise. Luke and Carbon battling it out. We've got to try and defend 10 seconds from Connor then inside the last 6 laps, which is much easier said than done. So he's going to be on fresher, quicker rubber than us. Yeah, maybe all those battles then are going to help us move towards the front once more. Luke and Carbon side by side. Looks like Luke's held on to that this time round. It's allowing us to get a whole lot closer to the pair of them at the moment, which is really, really good. Just seeing more and more people picking up penalties. Hopefully we can try and slide past Luke without losing as much time as Carbon has. See even more cars, of course, into the pit lane. Where are we going to re-emerge? There's Dark Killer. That's a nice line through turn 1. Not the best through turn 2, but yeah, obviously we've really got to try and play the penalty game against these guys.
8.6 seconds.
Oh, that's such a silly warning. Don't let it set the tone, though. We can't afford another one. That was a nice run. That was a really nice run. To the outside of Luke we go. Oh, he's got front wing damage. That's why he's struggling so much then. Is he going to go late into the braking zone there, and are we just going to be able to cut underneath? Oh, no. We're going to do that, apparently. Someone now having a look up for inside. But we should be able to get the run on the exit. That was complete opposite lock on the way into the corner there. But to the outside of Luke, he's just going to understeer here, isn't he? Oh, come on, man. We will get down the inside. I'll leave those two to bath that out. Oh no, Luke's just backed out of that one. Dark Killer's got 6 seconds worth of pens. So even if we do let him through, we might be able to stay close enough to still get the position by the end. How many more are into the box at the end of this one then? Quite a few more cars. We might be back up into the points, albeit briefly, in this race. Is it going to be P8? There comes Aiden. No, it's only P9. Oh, that's such a silly penalty to get. First penalty of the day.
Time penalty will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
As long as we still sit close to Dark Killer. Oh, come on, Matt. I think we got another warning from turn 1. Now Connor, yeah, doesn't have a penalty. He's only 6 seconds back, so that's not good. I think we need more carnage. Yeah, should be able to get P9 back off Dark Killer still, as long as we stay close. But yeah, I think we're playing the penalty game against anyone further up the road now. No, no, that's so bad. Don't know if we can get some of those warnings removed, but it won't matter about reverse grid. So frustrating. So got even more coming out of the pit lane. Oh, what am I doing? There we go, that's the DRS lost. Still a big battle going on up the road though, so if there is some carnage late on in the day, maybe there's still a slim chance we could scrape something from this, but I'm not optimistic. I think we've just got to see some opportunistic moves from people. Speaking of which, Dark Killer up the inside. Make smooth work on Carbon. These hard tyres have actually hung on pretty nicely in the second half of this race. Don't know if they did particularly well for the guys at the start, so maybe we did go with the right strategy here. Luke's diving into the pit lane again though, so not too sure what's going on there. Guessing he's trying to go fastest lap. You can see immediately now we've lost the DRS, so we've just got nothing against these guys. Oh! And that's exactly what I mean about the contact. So that's 1 place gained. Carbon now on a 3-second time penalty as well. So we need to try and force him into an error again. Fred's now 5 seconds behind us. What happened to oh, Fred was the one that got spammed, wasn't he? I was going to say, where on earth Fred come into the equation, but... Oh, come on. Actually, it doesn't really matter now, as long as we don't pick up another 2. Yeah, we've really got to try and force another error out of Carbon. Two laps to go though, here from Paul Ricard. Just sort of show those. So Alfie sets new fast of the day, 42.4 is not bad going. Yeah, we just need to try and force Carbon into an error.
We're leading our teammate by 6.9 seconds.
Not even an error necessarily, we just need to try and pick up another penalty. He's driving pretty conservatively at the moment. We're going to get a nice run though there. Bait to the inside, switch back to the outside. Right on the outside we go. Don't allow the switch back. And we are now up at a P8 of the race.
Good job, nice overtake.
And unless something kicks off in front, it's not going to be P8 in the end. Unless Carbon picks up another penalty on this final lap, or somehow loses 3 seconds to us. I can't see either of those things really happening. But I've been pretty impressed with how our race has gone, to be honest. Somehow kept it clean off the start with all the contact. Are we going to see some last lap dramatics between Aiden and Dark Killer? Oh, come on. Try and break the toe as best as possible.
This is your final lap of the race.
Don't think Dark Killer's really going to go for anything because he's got more time penalties. Rev Caterpillar's gone, no idea what's happened to him. But are we going to see anything between Aiden and Dark Killer on the final lap of this race? Aiden makes the move. Oh, sorry, Dark Killer makes the move on Aiden. We got Carbon coming back at us again. Cuts the corner. We'll get a really nice switch back on the exit. It's Connor's now less than 5 seconds back, so he's going to get us as well by the looks of it. Can we go for any sort of last lap move on Carbon? Still love some points from this race, so we give him a little bit of a knock there. Not sure if it's worth ascending to the final corner or not for glory. Nope. Can we get the power down on the exit? Oh, we get a decent run. Is it going to be enough, though, towards the line? It's going to be side by side, but it's not good enough in the end there. Only P9. It's going to be P10, I think, once Connor crosses the line there. Do we hold on to P10, though? I think we have. I think we have bagged a point from that race, which, yeah, like I said, was far more than I expected us to be able to get from this race there. So, pretty happy with that, to be honest. Never thought I'd be happy for just P10 in an LCR F2 event, but with how good the grid was for the feature race tonight, yeah, I'll take that one rather happily in the end there. Driver of the day goes to Leopard. No idea how he managed to gain as many places as he did early on, whether he just managed to avoid the carnage or completely took away. But he comes through for P3 behind the Campos in the lead there. Let's have a look at the final rundown then from that one. So Vivid went from 7th to 1st. Alfie went from 1st to 2nd despite spinning. So no idea how he managed that there. Beating out Leopard by 1/10 of a second there. Bourbon in 4th ahead of Ben and Aiden there. Dark Killer in 7th. Carbon in 8th. Connor in 9th. So he just misses out on reverse grid pole ahead of myself there as we take home the final points. Fred in 11th ahead of PSR Boots. Wilson and then Ventham there ahead of Lurch and Troy, with Rev Caterpillar, Luke Humperdinck, ERL Franek, and NRX Critch, as well as Flying Rozzy, not making it to the checkered flag there. But yeah, that was a difficult first race of the night. But thank you all so much for watching nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. And yeah, we will be back very, very soon, ready for the feature, for the sprint race even.